Photosynthesis is the use of solar energy to produce chemical energy in form of organic molecules. There are two parts of photosynthesis. The first part is the light reaction, which occurs in the tile coats. The second part is the Calvin cycle, also known as the dark reaction, which occurs in the stroma. The first part of the light reaction occurs in the photosystem, which takes place in the tile coats. First, the proton enters in the photosystem to activate the electron. When the electron is activated, it will go to a higher energy state in which it will be lost. When it's lost, it has to be replaced by water. Water gets hydrolyzed and will split into oxygen and hydrogen. Next, the loss of the electron will be entering the electron transport chain, in which will pass protein to protein into photosystem 1. Once entering the photosystem 1, the electron will be accelerated to a higher energy state, in which will be go to electron sector NADP plus and join into the hydrogen ion to make NADPH. After the photosystem, it's ATP synthesized, which occurs in the thylakote. Here, the hydrogen ions in the thylakote space will go down to ATP synthesis down to the concentration gradients to produce ATP. The products of the light reaction are oxygen, ATP, and ADPH. And ATP and NADPH will be sent to the Calvin cycle to be used as energy. The second part of the photosynthesis is the dark reaction, also known as the Calvin cycle, is located in the stroma and no light is needed. Instead, you use an ATP and NADPH to produce energy molecules. There are three phases of the Calvin cycle. The first is known as the carbon fixation. The carbon fixation starts off extending a carbon from a gas, in this case CO2, to a solid molecule. The cycle incorporates ICO2 molecules by attaching two RBP molecules, also known as regular biphosphate. As in the end of the hydrolysis, RBP is Rubisco, which gives a result of 6 carbons for a living intermediate because it is energetically unstable, splitting half two molecules into 3-phosphate glycerate, one for each CO2. The second phase is the carbon reduction, where carbon is reduced by a series of reactions. Each 3-phosphate glycerate will be some additional phosphate group from ATP, becoming 1-phosphate glycerate. NADPH reduce 1-biphosphate glycerate, which lost a phosphate group to become GP3. For each 3 molecules of CO2 entering, there are 6 molecules of GP3 formed. 1 molecule GP3 exits the cycle by 5 molecules will be recycled to generate and regenerate molecules of RBP. The third and last phase is the regeneration of CO2 acceptor. The carbon skeleton are 5 molecules of G3P molecules are the range of 3 molecules of RBP. The cycle spans 3 more molecules of ATP, and the reaction will be regenerate ATP and ADPH, and RBP is reused for carbon fixation. The products of the light reaction are glucose, NADPH+, and ADP. In conclusion, products of the light reaction will become the reactants of use to regenerate the dark reaction.